Hello, Jethro Bradley.
Hello.
Thanks very much for coming along to Dolly Chicken Comedy today.
Thank you for having me.
That's fine. So you're coming to Fun at the Flute from Dolly Chicken Comedy on the 16th of February.
Yes.
So you're headlining for us. So what have you got in store?
Probably the best 7.5 to 8 hours of heartfelt autobiographical poetry you'll ever hear.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure everyone will be delighted to come along. So yeah, great. Thanks for that.
I can do 9 hours if you like.
Oh yeah, that's probably better, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks. So you performed Fun at the Flute in May 2015, which was actually our first night, which was fantastic. And since then you've gone on, I'm not sure the two are related, but probably they are. You've gone on to win the BBC New Comedy Awards 2016.
Yeah.
And as you know, I was beside myself because I was listening live on the radio here. So I was like that. God knows what you were like. How was it?
It was lovely performing to a huge room of people and simultaneously the most terrifying gig I have done to date, because we were warned just before we went on. This is live on national radio and it's sort of sandwiched between, I think, the news and the Archers or something, so don't fuck it up, I think, were their exact words.
Yeah, yes, that's pretty
No
frightening.
pressure,
Yeah. But did you sort of, sometimes you go on stage and you're a bit nervous, but then you sort of get into it because you're sort of doing comedy, and everything. Did it sort of get better as the minutes progressed, or was it just awful all the way through?
I don't know, awful, just otherworldly. I was very much out of body and I was watching myself doing the gig. I think the semi-final was still in front of the same number of people in the big special sort of marquee tent they have set up there in Edinburgh, the BBC tent. But there was sort of half the pressure, semi-pressure, as opposed to the final, where no, there was no let up, Anita. There was no let up.
It was all hard. Well deserved anyway, and
Thank you.
well won. I mean, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased that you're coming to Fun at the Flute. Honestly, it's great. Anyway, so how did you get into comedy in the first place?
Via the easy answer, or the quick answer, is sort of via the improv scene in London. I just started throwing myself into any and every workshop that was going, and I think at one point I became quite addicted, and I was doing sort of 2 or 3 classes or workshops a week and really enjoying it. And then I realised I don't want anyone else on stage with me. I'm quite happy doing sort of solo improv, where you do, there's a game called the expert game where people ask you questions and you just hold court or hold forth on a subject and you're just making up everything.
Yeah.
And it reminded me that once upon a time when I was a child, I'd looked at stand-ups like sort of, I'm showing my age now, Steve Martin and Billy Connolly and some of the sort of alternative scene people, and thought, I would like to do that one day. And improv gave me the courage to then have a go.
Wow, and you did that in London, so you lived in London for a while.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And did you start comedy in London and then after the improv? Or?
I did, yes. That was my first sort of proper gig was at the Cavendish Arms in Stockwell, which is quite a fun open mic night, which is still going strong.
Yeah. And having thought that you wanted to be on stage by yourself, when you actually did get on stage by yourself, did you think, oh, hang on a minute, I quite liked having other people around you, or did it seem more natural to you?
No, I was glad I'd kicked those bastards to the side, to be honest, yeah.
So, where did you get your inspiration?
That's a good question. Inspiration, where do I get it from? I'd love it if it was readily available on the shop floor in Boots, but inspiration is erratic. But are you sort of asking me who do I get inspiration from, or where does it come from?
No, really, just that obviously everything that you perform comes from you. So, is it no, not necessarily people, or unless it is people, but is it just experiences you have, or?
I think it's the daily hell that is my inner monologue, and then occasionally things within that are so awful and surprising that they make me laugh a little bit, and then I write them down. And occasionally I force it. I will go into a cafe somewhere and I will sit down and I will stare at a piece of paper and I will make myself write things.
I was going to ask you about the process of writing, because I know you're. Well, I always feel that you're pretty prolific in terms of writing, and I was wondering how that sort of how you get some good stuff out of it? Is it because you force yourself? I was going to ask you actually, or because you sometimes it just comes, or is it an easy process for you?
I think sometimes it can be very, very easy, and then at other times it is a case of this is just like doing homework again. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm no good. I hope nobody else gets inspired ever. I wish them all the ill in the world. Yeah.
Just when I thought it came easy to you, so yeah.
No, it really.
It's probably because whenever I see you doing a perfectly polished and brilliant set on stage, so I don't see all the angst behind it, obviously.
Are you sure you're watching the same comic? I don't know.
You mentioned in your set autism, and so I was just wondering how that influences anything that you do on stage, or the way that you write, or.
It influences me exactly as much as any other part of my life, or my background, or my upbringing, or my sort of inherent personality, or my hair colour, or my eye colour, or what I had for breakfast that morning. So it's a part of me, but I don't think it's the most important thing. It just it feels like it informs some of my childhood experiences especially, and perhaps added to a feeling which lots of people, especially comedians, have of being an outsider.
Okay. So what's next for Jethro, Bradley and comedy?
What's next for me is I will probably go home and have a cup of tea and go on the internet for a while. And for comedy, I predict nothing but good things. I think everyone will laugh a lot, and probably a new wave of comedians will come through, blazing a trail of some kind of trail. So should I give an answer that's a bit more to do with me?
No, you say whatever you like.
No, we'll just chop bits in.
Yeah, chop it. Yeah.
I know this is a more serious answer now. Okay. I would like to do more television and things like that, and I'd like to do more videos, and I might do something on YouTube. I might do something very radically different on YouTube.
And when you do, you can always say, my first sort of video was with Dolly Chicken Comedy, couldn't you?
Yes.
Do you think maybe you could start like that? How would that be?
I'd start like this. I'd sort of just say, I believe my first video was with Dolly Chicken. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, thanks. Well, yeah, well, good luck. Well, obviously with all my knowledge of cameras and everything, I'd probably be able to get you some leads or something,
Yes.
TV or something.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jethro, thank you so much, and really looking forward to seeing you on Thursday on stage for our headlining act. And yeah, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much. Is that really awful?